god's name is Peter, named after the archangel. But then what he did would be quite painful to his god, should the great eye be upon him. For nothing would stop him, not even great sin, that he was about to draw upon himself. For deals with a demon, even with great wealth, are never okay in the eyes of heaven, or so they say. This little man did lose his way. Or maybe he found it there as he signed his soul away, for there wasn't much time to catch up to the killers. He'd chase them to the end. They'd suffer, they'd burn, and before death they would bend the knee. Oh yes, they would beg for death, for ending, for their souls to be saved. But no mercy did he plan. He'd see them enslaved to the demon, the devil, the void beyond this life. He'd find the truth of it all that Halloween night. With this deal he transformed, more monster than man, his thirst for revenge. The power began to work on this monster. You do know him well, my dear listener. His stories they tell to the children to keep them in line, with threats of shadows, death, and fear sublime. The Boogeyman, his most common name, but the truth of it all was lost. Quite a shame. Until now, my dear listener, the truth I do tell of the story of how her murderer fell. For the demon, the devil, whoever did curse this poor man, had a way to fatten his purse. The lost souls of the damned, he always wanted more, and with his new monster, it wasn't a bore. As he watched the once Count von Dune chase his soon victims, their lives over soon, he chased them and found them he did, hiding and laughing. The fate of his kid weighed upon him as he struck, as he tore, as the blood they did bleed pooled over the floor. As he bit, as he shred, as his claws did sink deeper, his mind, not his own, lost to the reaper. Her name was dear Mary, a motherly name, their dream only for their son to find fame, for him to lead the happy life they had led. But now he could not. They both lay quite dead on the floor. He sees them wherever he goes. Only the devil, the demon, would know if the man still exists behind the monster's eyes. None can say. They all died when they tried to summon the monster. They had quite the plan. But it is only a monster, no longer the man that made the deal with the demon, the devil. He wanders the world now. In blood does he revel. So careful, dear listener, my cautious tale of getting too close to the darkness of the veil between worlds this Halloween night. For Count von Dune, the Boogeyman, waits to make right the murder of his wife and soon son, and he cannot tell his task is over and done. So beware of the woods, of the dark, of the trees, or your last words might be please as you beg the monster, the killer of man. So run, dear listener, run while you can this Halloween night. This tale full of fright, I tell you in warning, so run, run away. But like and subscribe, it would make my day. But before you leave, I have something